Okay, so this is the first cold environments lesson. It's a new topic which we've got up to, and lesson one is identifying the biomes. Learning objective today is to be aware of and understand the 8 main biomes of the world and where they are located. Now remember, this is just an instructional video. You can pause it, and I'll be expecting you to pause it so that you can do the activities and then restart it. There are other websites that you're going to need to go to as well. Remember also that there is going to be some written work. So if you have got your exercise book, all well and good. Let's just do it the normal way that we would. We'll start with the dates, the title and the objective. If you haven't, then you're going to have to get, because you left your books, you didn't collect your books, you weren't in on that final week, then you're going to have to do the work on paper until we can get the books out to you if we can, and keep it all together so that then it can all be stuck into the books. I can check, and I will be checking, of course, that the work is being completed as we go along. So, first task then is to write the date, the title and the objective. And for this you will need to write both titles. It is a new topic called environments and identifying the biomes. Right, next task. On the Doddle you will either have a link or you'll be able to copy and paste this web address so that you can watch this YouTube video on biomes. And when you've watched that video, what I'd like you to do is to then write down 3 ways in which biomes differ, and I'll be expecting full sentences. Right, now that that's done, the next thing is we do need an official definition of biomes down in your exercise books. So what I'd like you now to do then is to copy down all of the things that are on this slide. So biomes, large scale ecosystems defined by the following factors: climate, relief, which is the steepness or the shape of the land; geology, the type of rocks that underlie the ground; soils and their fertility; and the different types of vegetation. Okay, now that you've done that, what you've got here on this slide are 8 images of the world's, 8 of the world's biomes. In no particular order, they are called desert, alpine and arctic tundra, so the kind of environment that you might expect to find in the Alps, a mountainous area, or in the Arctic tundra, which is a cold environment, which we'll be looking at in more detail. Mediterranean climate, the Mediterranean biome, the tropical rainforest, and the clue there is very much in the name, rainforest, a grassland, a temperate deciduous forest, and that's the biome that we live in, is the temperate deciduous one. Temperate coniferous forest. Now the difference between a coniferous and a deciduous tree: coniferous trees are evergreen, similar, like Christmas trees, whereas deciduous trees are the ones that lose their leaves in the autumn. And the final one is the tropical savanna. Now what I'd like you to try to do now is to work out which one is which. There's no need to write anything down, just try and identify them from the images. Perhaps you can already, there's a couple there that are pretty much giveaways. There's a couple I've given you clues for. Right, now that you've done that, we're going to check your understanding. I want you to go now to the link that I've given you for this, which is TestMoz Pictures, and you need to enter your name. And the way that I'd like you to do that is to put your surname in first, and then comma, space, then your first name. The way that I check that this work's been attempted is by looking at downloading an Excel spreadsheet. This just helps me to sort out which is which. Okay, so you've got here then 8 images, and for each image there are 3 different possibilities. Now you would need to click on each. I'll click on those. You need to have attempted all 8 questions before clicking on submit. Then at the top it'll tell you whether you what you have scored. The pass mark for this is 100%, but you've got unlimited number of attempts. Okay, If you do get less than 100%, what you need to click then, the submit button will change to log out. It'll take you back to this page, and then you start the whole process again. You put your surname in again, and so on. Now, what I'd rather here is someone have 8 or 9 goes and get 100%, rather than someone having one go and go, oh, I've got 20%. That'll do, because it won't. It's going to build up your resilience. You're going to get all of the answers correct. When you have scored 100% on that, fantastic. You then need to click on the next test moz, and again, fill in your name and so on, and then click start. Now what you've got are the definitions of the different biomes, and again, what you need to do is click on what you think the correct biome name is for that definition. Again, the pass mark is 100%. Again, you've got unlimited goals, but this time when you do score 100%, instead of then clicking log out and go on to the next thing, what you then need to do is write out the correct biome name and then copy out the correct definition. Then back to here, final task. We've got a map here of the world's major biomes, and we've coloured in 3 of them. And what I'd like you to do here is to describe and explain the distribution of, first of all, tropical rainforests, then deserts, then temperate and coniferous forest, which is marked here as temperate boreal, the blue one. Use the words latitude, equator, tropical Cancer, tropical Capricorn, etc., etc. All of the clues there are on the map. So the example for tropical rainforest can be found within the latitudes of these dotted lines here that are going across the map. They are lines of latitude. So what are they found? Where are they found in relation to those? Second sentence, they're located in the continents of. Third sentence, countries that have tropical rainforests include. Well, have a go. Have a try. Perhaps you know them. Perhaps you can have a quick look on a world map on the internet to find out the name of a couple of countries that have them, and we only need a couple. Some examples of tropical rainforests are to tell us there about maybe there's a named tropical rainforest, and then there are no tropical rainforests found. It'll tell us where maybe they're within that band where there aren't any. I would leave out that last question, the reason why they're found in these locations is. Okay. When you've completed that, repeat the same for deserts, and then repeat the same for temperate coniferous forest. Right, last thing then, plenary. What I'd like you to do is to complete these 3 sentences. So one thing that I've learned today is, one thing I have a question about is, one thing I will research by next lesson is, and then you could send, if you want to, you can send me the question that you've got to a.hardman@cromptonhouse.org. Again, if you've got any problems with the work, please email me at that address, and I'll endeavour to get back to you as soon as possible. Please also make sure that you use your school email when emailing me. And don't forget, if you've got spare time on your hands and there's nothing else that you've got to do and you're feeling a bit bored, take the opportunity to go on Google Maps, to go on Street View, and to go and explore the world. There's never been a safer time for you to be wandering around the streets of Rio or Buenos Aires or any other city in the world and just basically having a look, finding out what's there.